smart girl. Huh? You are a smart girl. Hey, I'm Michelle from Michelle Loves Books. Welcome back to my channel. So today is the first day of Fantasyathon. I'm gonna vlog this week. But first things first, let's go ahead and put together the TBR. As TBRs go, it was really hard to pick these books. They've changed a lot. They're probably gonna change again, to be fair. Allie at Hardback Quarter, one of the hosts for this Fantasyathon, actually made the cute little graphic. For the first challenge, you're supposed to read a diverse fantasy. For this one, I chose Bane Chronicles. This is a short story collection. I'm about halfway through already. For the second reading challenge, you are to read either a debut or a backlist title. I'm gonna go with a backlist title. I'm gonna go with Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse. The third challenge is to read a new series or to read on in a series. I'm going to be reading Ninth House. I don't have a dust jacket on it. I've already started this book. I'm about 89 pages in. I'm reading this for the DA book club as well. I'm actually really behind. I think they're doing their live show today. The fourth challenge is a hype train fantasy. For this one, I chose Children of Blood and Bone by Tomei Adeyemi. And the last challenge is, challenge number 5, is to read in a format that you don't normally read. This one is one that's probably most likely going to change. I put Tales of the Shadowhunters Academy. This is another short story collection, so even if I read like 1 or 2 stories, I would think it would count. However, I do have about 3 or 4 graphic novels that I would really like to get to as well. I'm probably gonna end up reading those first. That is the TBR. As far as plans today, I feel like this vlog might be more boring than the last one. As far as plans, I don't have any plans. I'm just gonna start reading. I think that's it. So this might be kind of a boring vlog. Alright, so I finished Ninth House. When I first listened to the audiobook, we're just gonna recap a little bit. Listen to this book on audiobook. Did not like it, did not connect to it. I knew I was missing a lot though. I think I definitely already knew that, like, as I was listening to it, I was kind of tuning out a little bit too much. So I knew that I needed to give it one more chance with reading the physical book. I did, and I ended up really liking it, despite its problems. There's a lot of books that I just really enjoy. I really like the concepts, that I ignore some of the problems, but I liked the concept. I love the concept. I wanted more of that. The more time I gave myself to think about it, there's definitely a lot of writing issues, and I really had a hard time putting my finger on it, what it was about the writing. I think the most obvious thing is the structure, and I do generally like books that have dual perspectives, dual timelines where they kind of mesh and things like that, different things done with that. I find that really interesting if it's necessary and if it's done well. This one, honestly, I don't think it was a good choice. I think it made it more confusing, and that was only one thing that made it confusing at times. But I think that's like the most obvious thing that I felt this book did not do well. It should have just stuck to a linear timeline, maybe with some flashbacks. It had Alex doing the linear timeline with flashbacks, and then it had Darlington's perspective from the past. And then I think that there was even overlapping flashbacks at times. Flashbacks just like bouncing all over the place, I feel like, for the purpose of like bringing in new information about like Darlington's past and like this whole mystery about this house, and which I feel like, now that I think about it more, that really wasn't necessary. Like, we just kind of went nowhere with that. There's some other things where this book does that as well. Yeah, I mean, come to think of it, it doesn't add to the atmosphere, doesn't add to anything. It might explain why he has a place to live, but like really, I don't know. There's another thing that really irked me was the names. I don't know why we always have to have really oddball names. Alex is apparently short for Galaxy. I guess it makes sense, but like, why Galaxy? Why not just make her name a simple Alexandra name or something like that? Like, she always goes by Alex anyways. Why make it that she has this really weird name? That was kind of unnecessary, I think. Oh, and then the term death words. I didn't like that. I felt like it was, I don't know, I feel like the easiest out. I felt like that was dumb. But like, those are kinds of things that like I just overlooked for the sake of, there is a live show for the Dark Academics book club, so I'm excited to watch that and see everyone's thoughts I think that everyone's feelings are quite polarizing. So some people, honestly, I'm kind of in the middle. I don't know how to rate this book because I don't want to discredit the fact that I really just loved the concept of the book. That sometimes I feel like I don't really know how to explain my feelings because I'm not like an English major. I feel like sometimes I'm maybe not even qualified to really make that kind of a judgment call. Just who am I to say it's terrible writing? But yeah, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and watch the live show.
So I will start since this is my channel. So I am Carolyn, and my favorite.
I'm so sorry. But yeah, I had problems with everything: the plot, the writing, the characters, the main idea, I guess. The prologue made me laugh immediately, because I couldn't take it.
Yes, it tried to do too much.
One thing. Well, and then
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. But I couldn't be super critical about that because I felt kind of the same old thing. Sarah J. Maas's new book, like there was a lot in that book.
Yeah.
I was just like, what? This is so stupid. Like, you are so stupid, but you're not a stupid character, so this doesn't make any sense.
I actually do see her point on that. That's...
And then he's like, what did you think was gonna happen? She pushes him into the thing. Like, big surprise. But then, I don't know, am I wrong?
No.
I know.
Yeah, disappear, darling.
Disappear, darling.
I was like,
I picked up on that too. That is a horrible sentence.
this was that.
Lower credit card interest? Are you kidding me right now? Alright, so the next book they're gonna read is If We Were Villains, which I'm super excited about that because I have not read it. Alright, so it's been a few days, and honestly it's been a really weird week. So I haven't updated a lot, but I have quite a bit to update. Basically, I've just been balancing like some cleaning. I should do better about that, but we did like laundry and some cleaning and stuff like that to do. And then just kind of reading and playing lots of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Oh my god, I love that game so much. Like, I'm itching to go play it now, but I really wanted to work on some of my YouTube stuff. I did lots of reading this morning, so that's really good. I also did some reading last night. I have concluded I have basically completely scrapped my original TBR for Fantasyathon. So we're just going to rewrite it. Where's my phone? Because, yeah. Originally, I had Bane Chronicles for Diverse Fantasy. I read a good 3 stories of that this morning, so that was also completed. Originally, for debut or backlist title, I went with backlist title for Percy Jackson and Titan's Curse. But I'm not going to read that. Instead, Axiom's End. This is by Lindsay Ellis. This is her debut novel. She's actually a YouTube creator too, not booktube. I don't actually know what she does. So she wrote this science fiction novel. I'm going to use this for Fantasyathon, science fiction fantasy. I just woke up and decided I really wanted to start this. It is an arc. It will hit shelves July 21st. So, so far I'm 2 chapters into it. I really like it. I really like the style of writing. Okay, I just have to read the first page to you because I just love the way she describes things. It's so funny. On the morning of the second meteor, Cora's 1989 Toyota Camry gave up the ghost for good. The car was a manual transmission with a stick shift its previous owner had wrapped in duct tape years ago. It was a time bomb, the color of expired baby food that should have gone off sooner than it did. At $800, she had paid more for it than it was worth, but back then she had been a freshman in college and desperate for a car. In the 2 years since, she'd grown accustomed to the ever-loudening squealing of the fan belt, but on this morning, after she turned the ignition and the engine turned, the squealing turned into a hostile screech. A disheartening thunk, thunk, thunk followed, then a snap, then an angry whir, all before she could react. But by the time she turned off the ignition, it was clear that the car, her first and only car, was dead forever, and she was already late for work. As the Camry went into its final death throes, but pretty much like that first paragraph, very expressive of the tone of this book, and it's funny. I really like it. So hopefully it continues throughout the book because I really like that style of writing. Okay, so that one I'm going to use for the debut novel The next one was new series or continued series, Ninth House. I finished that one. And then the Hype Train Fantasy, I was originally going to choose Children of Blood and Bone. I ended up listening to The Silence of the Girls, and I'm also listening to Every Hearted Doorway right now. I guess depending on who you talk to. Silence of the Girls is getting a lot of hype around it, I think. I guess depending on who you ask. Every Hearted Doorway consistently has a lot of hype as well. And then the last one is a format that you don't normally read. I haven't finished reading it, but I have started reading Runaways Volume 1, Pride and Joy. This is a graphic novel, and it's funny. I'm actually finally it took me a little bit to get into it, but basically it's about the children of villains. These are a bunch of kids, and like they didn't know all these years that their parents are all like super villains, and so this is about how they start to learn about their parents' real work as villains and what they're gonna do about it. So it's pretty funny. I really like it. So basically I should be finishing that one, and then I should have no problem finishing Every Hearted Doorway. And then, but what is today? Today's the 30th, so I have what? 3 days? 4 days? 3 days? Sorry, this readathon was 8 days long, but only 5 challenges. Okay, I was thinking I was missing something for some reason. I was like, why does it seem like there's still a lot of days? So there's 4 days to finish. Tomorrow we'll be going out for the afternoon. So my husband got an interview, so it's closer downtown. It's a little bit of a drive. So when he's done with his interview, we're gonna go celebrate a little bit. Right now, I am just updating some of my reading since I just finished some books, and planning a couple videos that I'd like to film, but like I said, to be honest, I really just am itching to play Zelda. I will update tomorrow or the next day, we'll see. Alright, I guess I should update. We got caught in a downpour and lightning, crazy lightning, so now my hair is all like meh. There's all kinds of crashes, like every which way to get home. So it like rerouted us some crazy freaking way. So it took us twice as long to get home. But then on the way home, we stopped and got goat's milk ice cream. So good. I did get some reading done today though. I've been reading Axiom's End on chapter 8, 69 pages in. I'm still really liking it. I guess that's all I have to say about it, really. I finished the Runaways graphic novel. That was meant to fill the last challenge. So really, I just have this book to read by the 4th, and it's the 1st. I'm gonna go ahead and play some Zelda tonight. My back is hurting, or my leg. My leg is hurting so bad. I don't know. I just woke up and was just having a bad day today. I'm just gonna chill, and I'm gonna play some Zelda. Oh, I found some apps for Zelda. And there's one for like keeping track of armor, one for keeping track of all the shrines, one for keeping track of recipes. Some recipes like actually offer benefits, and some of them sell really well. The shrines, there's like so many shrines, and there's hidden shrines, and you really want to get all of them. But I'm a completionist, so I want to complete everything there is to complete in there. These are gonna be really helpful for me while I'm playing my game. Literally, I feel like this vlog is gonna be like so boring because I don't really have anything to show you guys or do. I will catch up with you tomorrow. All right, good morning. It is, what is today? Today is July 3rd. Tomorrow is the last day of the Fantasyathon. I just wanted to update. I feel like this is the most boring vlog. This is why I don't usually vlog, because I didn't do pretty much anything all week. Although we did go to Universal Studios yesterday, but we totally got rained out. I couldn't even take any like footage of yesterday because I just had to keep my phone in my bag so it didn't get wet and ruined. When we first moved here, we were always at the parks and it was raining. It rained on us like every day, but we just like trucked along and did it, but we're kind of over it now. I know my speakers got messed up during that time. I never quite got the quality from the speakers back. Try not to ruin my phone. Tomorrow is 4th of July. I think what we're gonna plan on doing is go to like SeaWorld for a little while and then go to Aquatica and do like maybe some swimming. We're gonna be in that area because I think SeaWorld is doing a fireworks show. Either that, or if we decide not to end up doing that, we might just stay home and grill some ribs and stuff like that. Maybe just go down for the fireworks show. So we will see. It's all up in the air. I would say that I read all 5 books for the 5 prompts for the Fantasyathon, except my What is going on with my hair here? Except for the final book that I had to read, but I chose this book to read instead for one of the prompts. And at first I was really liking it. I really liked our main character's voice. I thought she was extremely funny. I love the descriptions of everything. I've made it to like page 163, and unfortunately I think I'm gonna go ahead and DNF this book. This turned into one of those sci-fi books that I'm really just not a huge fan of. I guess when it comes to science fiction, I'm determining that I'm pretty picky. When it gets overly mechanical, overly political, I start losing interest. I want more character development. There's so many good things about this book, like, don't get me wrong. So this book actually takes place in 2007. The backdrop of this book is based on real events that happened in the United States, lightly. So it's referenced like to some real things that happened. Yeah, I would say like the backdrop is real, but then we have this conspiracy theory and this major cover-up. This conspiracy that's going on, primary plot of this book is very interesting. It's just a lot. It's just a lot of talking about going back and forth, talking about this, talking about that. I do still like our main characters. We have a new character. I didn't want to spoil it, but I liked the interactions and how they came across the language barrier thing. There's a lot of good things about this too, but I just don't have the patience for this back and forth, just all about. One other thing that's making this really difficult to get through is it's really repetitive. Our main character's like inner monologue has repeated some things like several times, and it's getting kind of old. So it's really kind of slowing down my reading. It's making me not motivated to read this book. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this book down. Even with some of the problems that I was experiencing with this book was started to make it really slow down. I started to lose a sense of the humor and those really rich descriptions that I was liking so much. The political side of it is really kind of overshadowing the things that I liked about it. So that's why I'm making the choice to go ahead and DNF this book. Yeah, it's kind of painful, honestly. I really wanted to like this book so bad. I could overlook some of the writing issues that are just, if it continued to stay humorous. But since we don't even have that anymore, I don't know why I'm reading this book. I feel like in the beginning, there was something big that I wanted to know happened in this book, and it's already happened. So like, I don't know what else to look forward to continue to push myself through this book. Because I think the question at this point is not something I really care that much about, if that makes sense. And I can't really explain it more without spoiling it. If you're a big science fiction fan, you will like this book. I really believe so. Me, personally, I like science fiction. It's something that I'm interested in. I'd like to read more of, but I don't feel super confident that I'm like a science fiction reader. But if you are a science fiction reader, you like conspiracy theories, you like all that, like, go read this book. It's really good. It's just probably a personal taste. I'm not really into it. But I'll probably talk about this book more in a wrap up. So I did it. I tried really hard. Cramathon starting on the 6th, which is Monday. I do plan on vlogging that as well. Cramathon runs from July 6th to July 12th. But yeah, we'll see what we do for tomorrow, and then I will see you for the next vlog for Cramathon. What is it? It's evening. We've already had dinner. We had a really late lunch, early dinner. It's about 5:38 on the 3rd. I'm so tired. We did a little bit of swimming. I hung out in the pool with my kids today, but we've been cleaning downstairs today. What else? I'm going to be dusting my bookshelves. So I was trying to think what to listen to. I finished Every Heart a Doorway. I feel like there's something wrong with me that I just can't get into this book. I don't know. I also have The Picture of Dorian Gray, The Song of Achilles. So I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to listen to while I do some dusting. I think we're going to go with A Song of Achilles. And now I have to go get the ladder to do the dusting, to get all the way at the top. So. By the way, don't want to hear anything about how mismatched my outfit is. Are you gonna go swimming, are you? You go swimming? Oh, you go swimming, are you? Swimming in the rain. Swimming in the rain.
This frequency generator may be the key to telling you what you want to know.
For your
Are you
sake,
comfortable?
I hope it is.
Hey Arya, go get me another beer. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Go find her. Go find Gwen. Oh.
What just happened?
I don't know. Arya.
Alright, come on, come on.
She's tired. Oh, she got mad.
No, chill.
Is her foot okay?
I think so. No.
I got you. Wave it around, Aaron.
I'm allergic to cameras. Cough, cough. They did just red and blue a few seconds ago. I'm doing the chicken dance. Welcome to Red, White, and Blue State.
Finale.
This is
Ready?
America.
Oh, look, we can see that show and we can see that show.
America's
Over there.
327th birthday. I'm doing the chicken dance in front